Flight City is one of the premier model aircraft stores in Canada. From new GeminiJets releases, the rare models, to other aviation items, this store has some amazing offerings for model aircraft collectors. In this video, I'll bring you along as we check out this outstanding model aircraft storefront. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Welcome everybody to Flight City in Vancouver, British Columbia on this beautiful summer morning. Flight City is located on the southeast side of the Vancouver International Airport. I'm so excited to see what this model aircraft store is all about, and I hope you are as well. So let's go ahead and get inside, everybody. Welcome everybody to Flight City here in Vancouver, British Columbia. I hope all of you are excited for this, as today we check out this really cool store, predominantly model aircraft, but we also have some really cool aviation items in here like pilot supplies and whatnot. So this is going to be an awesome time, and I hope all of you are excited for this. So let's go ahead and walk in here to Flight City, where you're going to see this sign, which I think this is quite a cool logo and also a very unique name here. It kind of like is a little city inside, so you'll see how big this store here is in a moment, and it's honestly a really sizable operation, so that's really exciting. So let's go ahead and jump to our next picture here. The first glass case you're going to see when you walk into Flight City here is quite a nice array of predominantly military aircraft. You can see some SR-71s and some other fighter jets, but we also have some other cool ones like the Antonov 124. There's a 1-400 Antonov 225 there, along with the NASA Space Shuttle 747 combo right there, so that's quite nice. And you also have a Harbor Air tail for sale back there too, so quite nice. And then on the right side of the image there, you can kind of see how far back the store goes. It's honestly a really good size, and again, I'll show you here an image of what it looks like momentarily. Okay, so when I walked in, the first piece that caught my attention is this little model aircraft display right here. So you can see quite an array of different aircraft here, quite a wide variety here. As you can see, some JC wings, got some GeminiJets in there. So yeah, it is really cool to take a look at all these and kind of some of the different aircraft that they carry. So I think this is quite nice. The mat's pretty cool. I think it might be Herpa or equivalent. I'm not exactly sure who made it, but we also have a really cool air traffic control tower there, and along with some light poles. So I thought this was a really nice display. They got to get it kicked off. And again, this was the first piece that caught my attention. So I thought that this was definitely a really cool piece right here. So that was definitely really cool to see right there, to say the least. Another really cool box that immediately caught my attention was this absolutely huge People Express 1-200, this is a Boeing 747-100. What a cool looking piece this is right here, and this was a rather new release, I believe, at the time. So it definitely caught my attention with how big the box was, but you can definitely see here the various shells that they have and how much inventory that they have. So we'll see those more in upcoming pictures. And they also have the little grocery carts, not the shopping like the big carts, but in that second picture there, let me go back to it. Sorry, I forgot to mention it, but they do have the little buggies there. So I think that's really cool to see that. So not quite as impressive as Megastore as we're going to see here in the near future, but this is a really impressive operation in general. So very impressed. And they even have the carts, which is really nice. And I think that's just right for the size of this store. Okay, so here's a really cool picture here of, we'll see several glass cabinets. Here's one of them. So this is located in the back corner of the store here, and you can see a wide array of military aircraft. In this particular one, KC-46, KC-135, there's the A321neo equivalent, there's an A319 equivalent, so all those, along with some Spitfires and other cool aircraft there in the bottom too. And then you also have some really cool aircraft there on the bottom, a cool F-16 that might be a Texas one, along with that beautiful, really interesting, I think that's a TU aircraft right there. So cool to see all those, and they definitely look really nice right there, to say the least. So that is definitely super cool to observe. And you also have some books in the back, which is another item to carry, so you'll see more of that in the video clips coming up. Here's a nice lineup of their 1-400 military offerings. I think it's cool that how they're all categorized here together, so you can see the Gemini Max aircraft and the JC Wings ones. P8s are here. You can find some C5s, B1s, all those cool aircraft. So definitely quite a nice array of items right there, and you can see some 1-200 Hobbymaster aircraft down the line right there. So I think it's really cool how it's all designated by the particular areas. So I don't know why I started over here with the military. I guess I was just so excited to see the commercial coming up, but I started over here taking pictures, so that's what we're getting to next. But then we take a look, sorry that this is a little fuzzy, it'll be better in the video, but at the 1-400 civil offering, so you can see how cool this looks right here. So as you can see, they have quite a wide array of carriers here. Obviously, plenty of GeminiJets here with British Airways, American Airlines, UPS, and others. But then you have some other cool ones like the CP Air for Canada there. You also have the Philippines 321neo, Air New Zealand ITA. So it is a really great array. And then on the right side right there, you can also see the JC Wings releases. So you got TNT among others. So it's cool to see all those and observe them all. And again, in the video clip, it'll really dive into. And apologies, this picture was not supposed to be this fuzzy, but you can see all the various complaints they have. And again, pretty big US Essential here, and they do have quite a bit of US customer base, obviously being right there next to Seattle. So it is really cool to see all these various model aircraft for sale, and we'll get some better images coming up, so stay tuned. This one's also a little bit fuzzy, so I'm not sure why that these got fuzzy, but you can still get a good grasp here of what we're taking a look at. So you can see the JC Wings releases here, like the Azul ETR and Flybe E170, so those are quite nice. But you can also see some other cool releases here. There's some Indigos down there. I think there's an Air Berlin, and you got Air Transit, Air Lingus, so quite a great array of aircraft there. There's some Garuda Indonesias. Actually, excuse me, some of these are Phoenix releases as well, so it's kind of a hodgepodge, but quite a few Phoenix to be found here, so awesome to see the logo there. And Phoenix does make some really good models, so glad to see Flight City carrying quite an array of those, and that's pretty cool. But then at the end, for example, you got the Star Wars United 737-800 by JC, so it is a mixed match in this area. But again, that video clip will really dive into some detail, and you'll see even more of it coming up, so that'll be quite nice right here. And then here's another really cool glass cabinet. So that back shelf that you're seeing right there with the Hobby Masters, on the other side of that is where we found our 1-400 offerings of the military aircraft, so to give you some perspective. The video will do a better job kind of showing you what's going on here, and I'll play that after this particular section. But as you can see right here, we have quite a wide array here of JC Wings aircraft. It's also nice that they have the price tags here. But for example, we have a handful of special liveries like the ANA 777 House, and then you also have the Panda livery there on the Hainan Airlines 787, so that's really cool. And then you also have some other standard liveries like the DHL A330. You have, is that a Neo? I think that's a Neo Hong Kong Air hybrid. That's really cool. The Asiana A330. I think it's a 330-300, kind of tough to see in this image. Air Transit A330, you got the 777-200 for Thai, and then you also have a couple of other cool airlines. So this is definitely a cool frame, and definitely really nice to see this. So I'll go ahead and show you some videos so you can get a better grasp of what exactly we're talking about here, and then we'll dive back into the pictures. Alrighty guys, welcome everybody back to the pictures. So let's go ahead and get our grasp here. So this is closer to the front desk, so you can see here we have quite an array of 1-200 releases. So you can see we have a British Airways 767, SAS A321neo by in-flight, or no, that's JC Wings, excuse me. You got the EVA Airboat 777-300. So yeah, definitely cool. They have that one in the 787 there, which I thought was pretty cool considering the large Pacific Northwest presence of the Asia carriers. So that's awesome. But then Garuda's in there. You got the firefighting 747 down there too, so quite a nice array here, and it's definitely cool to observe all the various aircraft. And then there in the bottom right shelf you can see some other various 1-200 releases, which is really cool. I think Air Canada 787 might be there, so quite fitting in this region. Then you can see in the back they also have some magazines for sale, which is really cool. Some of the larger size ones, I'm not sure if those are airline magazines or Airways. I'm not exactly sure who those are or when those came out, but it is very nice to observe those. So those are definitely very nice right there, to say the least. You also have this cool aircraft on top. They do have a TV up there too, which is pretty cool for displaying some various items. Here's a little bit of a closer look at that bottom shelf. You can see some selection right here. Great commercial side there for personal collectors, various 200 section. Really great military selection, just kind of hidden. Plenty of flight bags, posters, more books. Really great variety. Every narrative in the book, including a G4 welcome over. Really good one. Surprised that there are more Canadian offerings. This to be very popular. So yeah, you can see some various American carriers there. There's a Breeze E220, an American, looks like an E175, but then you have, for example, the Emirates E380 there. These are all Canadian prices, by the way, so if they're a little higher than what you expect if you're from the US watching this, that's why. So of course, Canadian dollars a little bit higher than the US dollars, but easy to convert. But they had some pretty fair prices, to say the least. You got the Expo March 2022 Emirates E380 there. along with some other cool GC releases there. So definitely fun to observe all the different ones that we have here, and definitely a cool shot to get in on all the various aircraft right there. So that's really nice. So back over here, this is a cool shot to kind of observe. They also on the walls have some really cool illustration with aircrafts on them. So I think that's pretty sweet. So this is back to that military shelf. So here's a better look at the whole shelf here. So you can see all the military offerings there on the top, which I think is really, really fun. And they have quite a good array here. You can see the various liveries on here and several different aircraft types. So that's really cool. They have quite a nice variety here for our military collectors. So I think that they did a really great job putting this all together. And then over there on the left side, they have quite an array, in the videos hopefully showed a little bit more of it there, of various aviation items. So for example, you have some avionic clocks over there, which is pretty sweet, along with the pilot supplies. They had some headsets and notebooks and other pieces like that, knee boards. So definitely really cool that they have a really great array of items for sure. And I think that's one of the coolest parts about Flight City is it's a very sizable operation, but they have aviation for everyone, which is really cool. They may even add some flight simulator equipment in there. Let's continue to look through the pictures and see the unique pieces. So here's a much better look here at the various avionic clocks that I was talking about. So you have an altimeter one, you got an airspeed one, you also have heading. So it's really cool that they have all these, and I think that's quite awesome. There in the back on the right there, you can see the various manuals from the FAA and other places like, I'm forgetting, is it AS1? I'm forgetting the company, but that red outline there, it's one of those there that I'm recognizing there. So that's really cool. But various avionic books over there, and this is a good perspective. So there's the 1-400s back over there on that back wall. Here's some 1-200s on the other side. Hopefully I get a better shot of that. But they have the glass cabinet there. This side right here is some 1-200 models, which is an interesting place for it, but then you have the clock, so definitely a wide array. And then here's a better shot of that as I was hoping to get, so you can see the 1-400s here, and then we got the Dreamlifter to Polar Air Cargo here, and you can also see the, I think this is the Western 188 Continental-6, so some cool planes there, and they're all on display up here in the cabinet. Got some Air Canada wide bodies there, you got the United Star Wars, so definitely quite an awesome array. And they also on this shelf had some slightly discounted damaged aircraft, so just missing landing gears and whatnot, which I bought a couple of those, of course, because why not? So absolutely awesome to see that, and quite a great array right there, to say the least. Here's a really awesome frame here showing some of the t-shirts that they sell. So they got some Boeing ones, which is quite fitting for the region. Also have some cool vests there, and all that's really nice. So very awesome to see that. You also have some MD-80 display panels here, which of course we absolutely love that. So that's really cool. This shelf had the discount sales. They had some 30-50% off items like the various magazines here, some winter clothes because it was summertime, of course. And down there on the other side, and the video probably showed a little bit of it too, but they had some discounted models over there too, which were models that were not damaged, but just on sale. So quite awesome to see that. And then over here, you have some very cool prints. I think it was mainly military planes, but they also had some different aircraft type collages and whatnot. So I think all that was really cool, and definitely very fun to get to observe all that right there. Here's an absolutely beautiful JetBlue Skymarks ERJ-190. This is a 1-100 scale, and it has the stripes tail. I thought this one was worth a close-up picture, and I thought that looked really cool. So definitely really fun to observe all that, and all that looked really cool. This shot's not the prettiest, but we have the Denver International Airport. I think these are blankets, I'm pretty sure, pillowcases rather. So cool that they have, I mean, this is definitely the coolest wide array model aircraft store that has some other items as well. I mean, obviously there's mainly model planes, but there's definitely a really great variety in here, which I think is really unique. It's not the airplane shop or anywhere else. It really has a wonderful variety, so that's super sweet. Okay, this is another really great shot to show the variety of items you can find. There's the magazines, as I was talking about previously. This case had some more military planes as we saw previously, and the cool banners over here, and again, picture collages of various aircraft types. But then you had some mugs over here. So there's some 747s and 777, 737 MAX ones. You also have Calgary Airport's code, and then I think that might be Kelowna's code, YLW, and not exactly sure. You get some helicopters on those, and then you have more pillowcases down there. So I think it's really cool with the various variety that they have. I know I've mentioned that several times, but it really is truly quite an array. You also have the plate tags there, which is great, along with some puzzles, which is just, again, really impressive for the amount of variety they have at the store to carry it all, which is really great. Here's another really great shot here. You can see the JetBlue E190 box there, along with Las Vegas McCarran's International Airport's pillowcase and some more mugs. So definitely great to see all those too. And then here's a shot exiting once again from this vantage point. And yeah, I can't believe I didn't take more pictures, but that's what I have. Hopefully the videos did a really good job diving into all the various items there. But yeah, it is such a cool store with quite an array. And again, I really should have did a better job getting a better picture of this particularly, but I'll do a good job screenshotting out the video. But yeah, it really is quite a wonderful store with quite an array of models. You know, definitely a good variety for anybody interested. Their 1 to 400 lineup I thought was their most impressive side, and they had quite a few good offerings there. I ended up getting the British Airways, or sorry, rather Braniff International Big Orange Boeing 747, the House Livery Phoenix Boeing 737 MAX 9, and I also got an Air Canada CRJ 900 to get a plane that represented the region that I was in. So all those I thought were really quality additions, and it was super fun to get to obtain all those and use them all, and they've been really great in the collection. So Flight City is quite a wonderful place. They have a really great array, and it's a very sizable operation. I would say it is slightly bigger than the airplane shop in Miami, so quite cool. And definitely check out all the other model aircraft store videos I've done and company stores to check out more of this type of content. It's been really fun. And then the next model aircraft store we'll check out is a very unique one at the Calgary airport. So there's your hint for that if anybody knows what I'm talking about. So it'll be a really cool one to check out, and it's going to be an absolute blast. But Flight City is a really great operation. Their website link will be in the description, but I personally think they have a really great operation. It's right next to the Vancouver International Airport. So if you are in Vancouver, definitely go check it out. It is a really cool place, and you'll definitely walk away with some really great models or any other items from there that you are interested in. So yeah, again, just to fully clarify, definitely the highlight here for Flight City is not only the amount of model aircraft variety that they have, but also their other items in general. If you like aviation, you'll find an item that you like here, and I certainly think that there's quite a bit to say for that. And overall, what a wonderful store, highly recommended, and it's overall just a really cool place. So with all that being said, everybody, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank each and one of you for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.